5 even more scary stories. Okay, a little background. I lived in the middle of nowhere. I have had my time being a professional paranormal investigator. My name is Jake, and I was 27 at the time when this happened. Me and my friends were on a road trip to Nebraska because we heard about this haunted house that had some pretty bad history. So we were getting close to Nebraska. We lived in Utah, so to us, it's not that bad of a drive. So this house sat right in the middle of nowhere in the heart of Nebraska. So we got to the house at around midnight, which was what I was hoping. Me and my buddy Alex stopped for drinks and snacks for us to take during our trip. When we arrived, I was urging my friend to hurry up. He brought along my GoPro that I left in the car, which I thanked him tremendously for getting it. I was going to take pictures of the place. Hell no if you think I'm going without a night of pictures at this place. We stepped onto the front porch feeling optimistic about the door being open. Such an awesome opportunity as we went inside. You can tell that this house has been abandoned for decades. The roof was caving in and almost to the floor. In some parts with a musty smell, as so with the air, that filled the room. The air was dry, forming a feeling of suffocation. The floors creaked with our every step, shooting our dust from underneath us. The wall traveled with graffiti. The house scattered with trash, heirloom, creepy voodoo dolls, old magazines, furniture, and dishes. So old their original dirty food particles still remain. The water has probably been sitting there in the sink since it's been abandoned. The TV sat in the dining room floor, with antennas on both sides. The old rabbit-ear TV. So old. I swear, throughout our whole time that when we were in that house, I swear I was feeling like I was living in the 1960s. The place was so old. Upstairs, downstairs, everywhere. It was creepy, especially with it sitting in the woods down a long gravel driveway. Nothing so strange happened until we looked in the closet. We found a really old yellow jacket. We found a really old looking piece of paper with dirty cobwebs and coffee stains on it. It said, "Run." We looked in all directions. Surely no one was here. I was beginning to get scared. Yeah, now I was. I looked to the right of the upstairs hallway with my friend and froze. There a little girl with a white gown and black hair with a Jesus cross upside down was screaming to the top of her lungs, chasing me and Alex. We got the heck out of there. After that, we settled down for a while. I never wanted to explore the paranormal. I had some strange things happen to me. This was a whole different story. Yep, I used to be obsessed with paranormal investigating, but this just takes the cake of not wanting to go to a haunted house, especially in the middle of the night, anymore. Little kid with the white gown and black hair, let's not meet again. Number 2. I was driving down a 2-lane highway. I saw something in the back seat of my car in the rearview mirror. A clown. Yeah, he was laughing as he was trying to choke me. I looked back to see him with his finger on his lip saying, "Shush." All I remember was being in a car trunk with it being hot as hell. I heard gunshots and police sirens. I blacked out, and then I remember I saw a police officer open the trunk to help me. He gave me some water and told me that it is okay, and that he has the man in handcuffs. Turns out this dude escaped a mental asylum. He had a rough history of drugs, and as it made him dress up like a clown. I don't know how he broke into my car, but I noticed that several things were stolen in my glove compartment, including some personal information. But the cops were very nice, and they told me everything, and they were pretty much my lifesavers for helping me. And they found the missing items, and they told me that what was in his pocket. So, this was in the creepy guy's pocket. An extra clown nose, a magician hat, a magician wand for some reason, a magician's suit. I guess he liked being dressed as a musician, but he wasn't dressed like a clown. They found duct tape, matches, a rope, a 9mm handgun, and some more pocket knives. But they said one thing that made my blood run cold even more. They found 3 packs of condoms. Some already used. Yeah. I'm just glad I wasn't property to that dude dressed up like a clown. If it wasn't for the cops saying this crazy dude jumped into my car and drove recklessly, almost causing a horrific crash, I would have been dead. I just pray every day now that God was on my side. Number 3. So one night, I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom and heard a strange noise in the hallway. I looked on both directions, but nothing was there. I went back to resume what I was doing, but not even 2 minutes later, I heard a strange noise again, and it sounded like someone dropped something. I looked on both directions in the hallway. I couldn't see nothing, so I walked down half the hall further. I saw something in the corner of my eye, so I looked in one of the guest rooms, which I never really used and never really go in there for any particular reason. I remember when me and my wife were still together, she used it as an office room. But since she doesn't stay with me or is never in my life anymore, I never take the notion to find curiosity to investigate the little sanctuary. If that makes sense. It always gave me chills, so looking back on this, I knew something was creepy about that room. As I looked into the room, I saw a shadow figure emerging from the bedroom closet. But not even a nanosecond later, it vanished in clear sight. Baffled and startled, I checked all the other rooms to see if anything else would happen, or if anyone was in there trying to mess with me, but nobody was in the house or an intruder. I called the police to tell them to watch the area, even though I knew that was stupid. They couldn't find anything, and it turns out I moved out a month later. But I don't know what it was that was in my house that could do such a thing. Probably a ghost, maybe, but it was one of my loved ones in heaven trying to check on me. You never know what the other side holds. I'm just glad nothing like that ever happened to me again. Number 4. I was in the grocery store shopping for food. It was really late, and I got off work at 10 p.m., so my husband texted me to get some bread and milk before I came home. So I did so. Everything was fine until I went to the freezer aisle in the grocery store. I saw a man that really gave me chills, just looking down at the floor with his shoulders down. I mean, he looked like he didn't have no motivation to live. He was probably in his late 50s, with a green jacket, dirty blue jeans, gray sandals, and red baseball cap. I passed the dude uncomfortably, but I heard footsteps behind me as I passed him. And as I looked back, this dude was sprinting towards me, limping, kind of, stumbling and mumbling to himself. As I saw that, I did not know what to think. I think the guy was really drunk, and I think somebody needed to pick him up, or something. That dude kept following me even out of the store. Finally called the police as he was knocking on my car door. And what turned to knocking came to instant banging on my door. He almost broke my windshield trying to throw little rocks that he could find on the concrete parking lot. He was saying that he was going to kill me and tried stabbing the car door with a knife, window, trying to break in the car as I had my car door locked. I mean, duh. Would you lock your car door if somebody was trying to break in and hurt you? I don't know what to say after this, but you didn't have to ask me twice. The cops came and arrested him. They found out he had a lot of booze, and I was pretty right with that mindset of thinking. Thank you, officers, but creepy guy, let's never meet again. Number 5. Wrapping up my senior year of high school, I was very excited to finally graduate and start my life. I live in a pretty secluded area out of a small town. Yes, it is right outside of town, but let's not be too specific. It's on the back road towards the country. My town was only 31 minutes away from my house, so It wasn't that bad of a drive getting back and forth from home and school. So it was my last day of school, and I was having fun with my friends as we were about to go to our separate ways. We thought that we could go have a few beers and eat chicken wings by the bar on the edge of town. Then we just ride around, listen to music, and do the crazy stuff that high school kids do. So we decided to stay out late, party, and then come party at my place. Hell, why not? I'm kind of thrown out. A little party with snacks, soda, beer, cigarettes. Now, some of my friends smoke, but I wasn't a big smoker. Anyways, I pull into my house. Besides driving my long driveway, I was kind of tired and ready to get some sleep, so I didn't care if I fell asleep at my house during the party not long after. And I did fall asleep, but not long after, my friend was urging me to wake up. Turns out a creepy man was outside of my house. We called the police. They found a guy naked on a porch. What the fuck? How did this guy know where we live? Turns out he was a homeless person living in the woods. And a psycho, really. Being naked on our porch. Wow. And begging and knocking on our door. Who knows what he was about to do in his state of mind. I'm just glad that he is away from our house. Let's just say I locked the doors let's just say I locked the doors that night and still remain to lock the doors as we speak.